What is good, rookies? We are going to try and blitz through this because I do not want to relive the nightmare that was this weekend for AFL, and I'm also sick. So this weekend has just gone absolute shambles. So not good. But let's just quickly dive into it. We got a 22-62 horrible score. We've gone down in almost 3K ranks. So we went from 12%, 9%, back to 11%. League wins again. Obviously a good run. Team value, absolutely poor. Let's just get into our team. As always, our Spuds and heroes. So our Spuds for back-to-back weeks are Jones and Moore. Jones did a injury, hamstring, I'm fairly sure, very early on in the game. Just got a solid 8 points for us. We had to take his score with Sweet not playing, which is unfortunate. So it is what it is. More. I need to have a discussion with this man because what the fuck are you doing? Goes absolutely bonkers. Proves everyone that, look, he can go 116, 136, 140, even 98s. He's proven, yeah, his floor looks scary, but his ceiling was high. This was a risky value pick, and we knew that going into it. But this is ridiculous. This is uncalled for. I don't want it. I take it back. Since we bought him in, he's gone 76 and now 66. This is not good. We hope he can turn around. We're pretty much going to death ride this one. He's got a high break even of 165, so he's just going to lose cash. I think what we bought him in at his peak at 521. So we'd bank 10K if we traded him out now. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'll put him at 546. Yeah, we'll still lose money. So we're going to death ride the hell out of this one. And Stewart. I honestly thought, and I still think Stewart can turn it around. 500 for Stewart. We played a value game last week. We've been playing value for a while now, and sometimes it just doesn't work. That's the play. We did a value with Larry, and that has turned out pretty well. An 87 to a 124, which is really good. So we only had 3 mid players ton up, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So this week just was in shambles. But our trades that we did last week, we were very up in the arms, and then Sweet wasn't playing, so we had to do something. Jeezel, obviously the comments that we had were showing a lot of disinterest in getting back to the halfback position, and he just wanted to really adapt to the mid. And he did. So I think he scored like 117. So really, we went Sheasel down to Fisher, and then we got rid of Reed to Stewart. Now, that was obviously a bad trade out. Lessons have been learnt this year, which is not to be quick to let go of rookies that do actually show potential. Darcy we've held on to, which was good. Wilson we've held on to, which was good. Held on to Howes, who eventually made us enough money, but now we need to trade him out. Kircher, one of them we should have held on to. Martin, I think we're just being very too quick to trade. So our Spuds were absolutely ridiculous this week. Our heroes, Houston and Butters. What a game. What an absolute game. Houston could have kicked the fourth. Butters had an amazing fourth quarter. Yeah, just really good. More, I think this is all relative. You know, you had Houston and Butters popping off and more just absolutely eating dirt. So that's lovely. And then an unsung hero is Fisher. What a good trade in. Hopefully he's just going to keep making cash. Looks like that role is like really locked in. So if we look at DFS, we can see his kick-ins for this week. Just quickly have a look. Just while we're here. Yeah, so he had that beautiful. Now, obviously, when McKirch is back, this probably looks at changing and splitting up a little bit. But like seeing Sheasel have none of these is really good for us. Sheasel still played well. We held him. You're very happy. I'm quite happy we went down. Like we were able to bank some cash and pretty much just lose 1 point, basically, from that Sheasel to Fisher roll trade out. So Stewart, where we picked up a value and we're hoping he turns around. This was a trash game. He looked a bit sore. He doesn't look right, but I think he's got a really nice run after the buys. And we can just kind of play into that and hopefully he turns it around. We're just going to hold him. We're going to death ride a few of these people. Moore and Stewart being one of them. Or two of them, I should say. But yeah, they're our heroes and our spuds. What an absolute shocking week. We're just going to do a quick walkthrough of some of the games for this week. Yeah, this isn't great. Obviously, our Gold Coast and Suns, people got absolutely smashed. Anderson popped off for a solid 149. Rao bounced back with a 128. Sexton, we we didn't actually have Sexton score. We had him in emergency warehouses, and we didn't have any way of bringing him on because we had him closely locked in. So the only way that I could get him was if I traded out Sheasel, put Hoare on, and get Fisher down the forward line, which is what we did. So that was good. We had to do that to try and get Sexton score, which we did. It's really, really good. Planners, 127, did very, very well. With Hocious, scary 129. The only other people to talk about, Swallow had a good game. He's a potential trade target. Took did okay. I'm really surprised he didn't turn up here. It really should have. Sam Day did all right for a rook. The one that's really disappointing is Closey. Good old Colossi, who's now got a break even. Still like 31, which is like by all means achievable. So we could give him one more week, which I think we kind of have to. We've got bigger trade targets to get out of the team. Who else? Dacos, yeah, really average. Houston, amazing. Martin, very average. Kick the ball out on the full. Like the one time I really check in, I watched him kick it out on the full. I was like, I'm not watching this game. Mary got tagged like a motherfucker by Shields, which I'm surprised Shields had this much of an effect. I think the second quarter came out and Merritt did amazing. Got a goal towards the end of the first. It was looking like things are going to change and turn around, and they just never did. That tag actually worked, and I'm really, really disappointed. So this is concerning. Breen's a bit concerning. Steele, yeah, just not good. Midfield, yeah, was very average this week. Very, very average. I think our whole team was very average, clearly. Not great. But if we look around, we see Jackson had a great game. So I think this is amazing for us holders. I've held him for ages. For ruck cover and all this sort of stuff. So that's really good. Wilson, I only got a 75, which brings his break even up to 76. Definitely achievable by all means, but with the amount of money that he's got on him, he is a potential trade out. Darcy has a nice low break even of 16. He put up a nice 84. I'd love to see that. Sexton, negative 40. Love it. But our bench is looking sketch. So it is what it is. Geelong, who we got to talk about? Max Holmes. The only issue that we all have with Holmes is his ceiling isn't great. Myers is definitely making himself known as a forward option, which is a little bit concerning. He might be a good pickup after the bye if he maintains his form. Like he's got a floor of 65? Had 4 ton ups. For the forward line, he's looking pretty juicy, averaging around 90 to 100. So for the forward line, that's not bad. Getting to the next game, who do we have? Sydney and Carlton. I don't want the teams. Beautiful. So some big scores here. So we had Warner pop up for 172. That is crazy. Rowbottom did well, 127. Heaney doing what Heaney does, 121. Could be a look at getting traded in this week for us, but that buys concerning. James Jordan, the tag. Oh my God, the tag. He locked down Walshy. Locked him down, kept him at 85. That's nuts. Gooden, not good, 82. Blakey, not good, 78. There's really no one else to talk about from Sydney. Grundy still, he looked like he was going to struggle, but ended up popping out at 117, which is good. He's definitely made us all pay for trading him out for sweet. Newman has just gone back to back with some big scores, one to watch. Walsh, yeah, 85, not good. Cripps, 83. The ones that I'm really looking at are McKay and Kerno, which 70s. Not good. If you held on Williams, I don't know why. Probably should have traded him out by now. Yeah, it's just not good. Not good things. Not good things at all. Hollywood and Adelaide. Pendlebury. Aged like fine wine, this man. Crisp has gone back to back, which is really good. Dacos, average. Both Dacos are pretty average. De Goey spent more time forward this week after coming back, but still got a 96, which is nice. Richards, one of the trading targets, 60. It's pretty decent. Got a nice break even. Side bottom looked great. Not sure what the role change was here, but he had a really good score last week, and I think this just scared off anyone who was even considering him. Sullivan 51. People would probably be happy. It's not the worst score, especially if you traded him out for, like Jones or something like that, or a dead rook like Biggie. For Adelaide, Rankin 125 would have been a really good trade in if he did not look very sore and damaged his hammy towards the end there. So he single-handedly won and then lost the game, but that's very controversial. Crouch 121 did good. Dawson, very slow start, but managed to ton up, which is good. Anyone else really worse? Ligo had a very quiet game. I didn't watch this game too much. Laird, horrible game. Horrible game. That's about it for this one. Round 10 for the Bulldogs. It was scary. Chalor is absolutely killing it. Ed Richards. Saw a few people point chasing him last week, and they wouldn't be mad at all. He actually was a pretty decent pickup if he maintains this. We've got Bont 93. No, thank you. McRae 92. This is better from McRae. It could become a forward option still. English 91. Bailey Dale an 88. Not good. Sam Darcy 84. This is great from us. The Rook. Joel 64. Potential target. Potentially. Garcia 51. Not bad at all. He's put out some big scores the last couple of weeks, so he was due for a quieter game. And then he got subbed out. So, yeah. Not too much more to say about Western Bulldogs. GWS, though, absolutely annoying. Whitfield, 112, decent. Tom Green, 95. Only like 3 tackles. This is concerning. Quite concerning that in this where they could only landed like 3 tackles. It's, not great. I apologize if I sound like absolute shit. I am sick. Anyone else? Briggs, 62. I don't understand how English didn't turn up against him, but that's fine. Cadman 27, if you held him because he had to, absolute shit pick. And yeah, Jones obviously got injured. So it is what it is about that. Can't really do much about that. Saints and Freo. Now, a lot of people would have brought in Ryan this week or before last. Marshall has gone back to back with 160 plus. That is absolutely crazy. I was considering bringing him in this week as well. That just passed. Could have saved us a lot of points. Could have saved some ranks, but it just shambles. Naz did well, 112. Potentially looking at bringing him in. However, the concern is Sinclair. If we have a look at this, he actually spent some time down back. He has spent a majority of the time for the last 2 weeks in round 9 and 8 in getting a lot more CBA tenancies. CBA, sorry, not CBA tenancies. But if we have a look here, so we can see he was pretty spread between the back half and the mids, whereas the last 2 weeks he spent mid forward or wing. So this is quite concerning. So we had lower CBA tenancies, which meant he spent more time in the back half compared to the last 2 weeks, which is what is potentially scaring me about picking up Naz this week. Naz still did well, still picked up, but he would have gotten probably a lot better ball if Sinclair spent more time towards the centre. So that's scaring me off Naz, but Naz is a good price. He's fairly, doing pretty well. He's good for the buy structure as well. So he's getting some kick-ins. There's a few good options. Like Naz is definitely looking at one to be brought in. Max King, shocking. Who else to talk about? Darcy Wilson at 75, like pretty okay. Like he's been a really good rookie. I'm not sure if I want to trade him out just yet. We'll see. We'll see. Luke Jackson, good old dogger, 154. We needed this. He hasn't turned up since like round 3, so this is overdue. Clark, amazing. Potentially looking at a back option as well because we don't have Ryan, so that means we get someone to cover buys as well for a bit of a cheaper price. Ryan, 122, just stat padding. Young, 121, played really well. Could also be a good pickup. Sarong, 118. Again, not really much to say, but he played well. Sharp, doing sharp things. He's kind of reluctant that we traded him out. He's been pretty good since. Like he's putting up some 80, 90 scores, which is really good. Nat 563. One more week, really. And then his price will drop again. Could be a pickup. Try and get some value out of that. I think that's it. Draper, the rookie, got 13. So glad we got rid of him. Who else we got? Brisbane and Rich. Brisbane, I don't want to talk about this game. I'm going to fly through this because it's bittersweet. Neil Zorko, 160 plus. What an absolute pickup for those that got Zorko this week. The quiet superhero here is Lohman, 128. Absolutely smashed it. So if you picked him up, you were quite happy. Dunkley, 115. Very good. What else is there to talk about? That's about it, really. Shadowbrain, 21. Not ideal. Richmond. Literally not to talk about. Bolton did Bolton things. Where's Short? That is Short, dude. 54. Yeah, nah, no thanks. Kevin Coliff, though, he did play. Got 62. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. If you picked him up, I'd say you were happy with that. Essendon North, this game paid me. I checked in a few times and it was very concerning. The rookie, Waffy, 128, absolutely smashed it. Wright did well on the forward line. McGrath has actually played pretty well. Like the last 3 games, I think he had a quiet game last week. And this has been good. Caldwell played well, making himself known as a forward option for us after buys. The ones that we really wanted to play well are Martin and Merritt, and they just didn't deliver, unfortunately. Hind had it. Yeah, just a quiet game. That's about it. I don't really want to talk about Essendon because they're annoying me. LDU popped off finally for probably his best score he's going to get all season. Diesel kept it together for those at Hull, 117. Fisher, 116. Great pickup from us. Howe actually delivering if you held on to him for a 90. Same with Combin, an 80, which is good. Who else did we have here? Pink, came into sub-ruck. 52. Not bad if you held. He's probably made some cash now. Just a little bit. Who else can we talk about? That's literally about it. We won't get into any day one rooks or anything like that. Port and Hawthorn, spoke about a little bit already, but Houston, Butters, and Horns Francis did well. Drew turned up. The ruck that has caused us all some demise, 94. Now we're hoping Sweet plays next week because we kind of need him to. Anyone else really worth mentioning here? Not really. Wine's injured, pulled out due to some heart issues, which is not good. Hardwick, absolutely disgusting. Armon doing really well lately. Could be a potential look at. Massimo comes out of nowhere. We probably all traded him out, but comes out of nowhere and thumbs up. It's crazy. Anyone else? My man, Dylan Moore. Still waiting for more. First game, debutant Ethan Phillips did very, very well. One to look at for next week for an option. That's about it, really. That's all to talk about from that game. I'm going to blitz through these guys because we need to talk about our trades and what our movements are. But this one stings too. Waterman 142 has come back absolutely fucking flying. Great. Reed proving everyone wrong, meeting his break even, which is fucking crazy. What a fucking missed trade out that was from us. Yep. A lot of lessons learnt this week. McGovern proving himself to be potentially in the D6 in the top defenders. That's crazy. Old man is doing well. So if it wasn't for his buy, we'd probably be looking at him. But That's literally all there is. I don't think there's anyone else worth talking about because I'm scared. But our unsung hero for the week is Clary and Fish. So Clary 124. He looks back. Have a look at his heat map. He was everywhere. It was so good to watch. Not that I watch much of it, but whenever I did tune in, I always seemed to tune in when Clary had the ball, and it just looked good. Gone again, just tiptoed over to the ton. I don't know how he does it. Petrarca, 87, very quiet. I think he copped a knock as well, which didn't end well. And that's just how it is. Billing, 67, probably most traded out. Howes, 53. The game we held him for because we thought he could do well. It just did not happen. So he's out of the team. We're getting rid of him. And May, 23. For someone who has been doing quite well, that hurts. But yeah, anyway. So early trade thoughts. We're going to look at a few things here. Again, nothing's going to be really locked in until team sheets, but if we just do a quick little optimize, which I think we've already done. First target is Howes. So what do we do here? I don't really trust fielding Colossi, so we could do that and, for example, bring in Richards. Which then give us a bit of cash in the kitty to work with. And then cool, who do we put that on? Well, look, for example, pretty easy to go up to Heaney from here, which helps our forward line, which is fine. That's one option. Again, being conscious of buys, that means that come round 12, we've got 3 people missing. Bring on Section on field. Try and fix our rookies up. Hopefully Garcia keeps his spot. Hopefully Rogers comes back. Yeah. That's like one option. Gives us some more cash to move with next week. Outside of that, I'm not really sure what we can do for forward options because there's really no one else to look at other than Heaney and Zorko. I'd be more happy to bring in Heaney than Zorko at this point because you're paying, what, 623 for Heaney and you're paying close to that for Zork. Yeah, you're not spending up too much for the F1. Although I'm fairly sure, look at forwards here, that Zorko is chasing that F1 spot. Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there. 3 on average puts him out there. So it's been quiet from Heaney, but good look at that. Good look at getting Heaney in. Most likely leaning towards this, just because for our buy structure, that does help. Leading into 13, leading into 14, it does help. We've got a lot of mess to fix for the 14, so I kind of want to keep cash in the kitty for that. We need some bench cover. It's not looking great. So Heaney is an option. Let's just quickly undo this. Rao is potentially looking like a good pickup, but who do we do that to? Because we've got Miller. Now we could do a sideways. 585. Rao is 568. So we could do a sideways. Potentially. I think that's a wasted trade. But I'll be wasting them the whole time, so who really cares, hey? Other trade options, really. You could bring in Fish if you haven't got Fish. You could stomach that. Zorko is definitely still an option if you got Heaney. Midwise, Clary is still quite cheap, so you could probably pick up him if it suits your structure. Merritt's obviously gone down in price. Deal, I probably wouldn't look at. If you've got him, you pretty much hold. Defense line, Ryan, you're not looking at. He's almost close to 700. I doubt anyone's going to look at him. Martin's probably about to have some cash drop. If you haven't got him, you wait. Phillips is a good rookie if you need a rookie in the defense, which it could be. Whatever options we look at just downgrading this week, and we get in Phillips and we get in Richards, basically. So we could bank a fair bit of cash. The interesting part here is we get rid of Clark, and we bring in Richards, and we just bank the cash. Clark's got a high break even. It's more than what he's averaging. I don't think he's going to be making us any money anytime soon, and he's pretty horrible bench cover. So not ideal. This also breaks us up for bench cover for our buyers as well, which is useful because We can have Phillips play if he's named. Around 15. We're looking okay. Not really, but it's all in shambles. Again, these are very, very early trade thoughts. I'm not entirely sure the best action to move forward. It's going to be really dependent on team sheets, but I haven't really sat down enough to play around with them. But we'll see how we go. Anyway, appreciate your love and support, guys. As always, let me know how you went this week. What was your score? Did you go up in ranks, down in ranks? And who are your early trade thought targets? Who are you trading out? Who are you looking to trade in? Do you want this season to be over yet? Because I do. I've taken my lessons, and I just want to get started on next year. But with that said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for our usual Trade Talk Tuesdays.